Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today is part two of our no longer being lazy. We will actually do what we said we were going to do a long time ago.
Yeah, sorry about the delays. We had house guests and the
Other
holidays, and you know how that is. So just pretend that we're still in November.
Yeah, this is still November.
So tonight, as you can see, we are going to be making some ironclads, submarines, and some sea monsters to go with games like Man of War or the new game, thanks to James L's suggestion, Galleys and Galleons. As you notice, some of the ships are very reminiscent of the dwarven ships from Man of War. Excuse me. But I am working on a a galleon. A lot of the ideas I actually got. I wasn't sure how to make this. James L helped me figure out how to do it. It's basically just various craft sticks. We've got tongue depressor style sized ones here, larger craft sticks. These really cool small craft sticks that are basically popsicle sticks, but they're a little smaller. And of course, the ever popular Starbucks or your favorite coffee shop stir sticks. These ones are already finished. I got a couple of submarines here, a couple of ironclads or dwarven ships. This one is a blatant ripoff of the Black Ark of Nagaroth, I think it was, for the Dark Elves. Made a little water elemental. This is made entirely out of hot glue, just layers of hot glue, and stack it up and then tease it up to a curl. If you guys have any questions about that, I can maybe make a short video. But it takes a long time because you have to wait for each level or layer of hot glue to cool off, and then put another level or layer and another and another and another, and then just tease it with the hot glue gun and make some waves. Gave it a bunch of washes of Army Painter blue wash and a little bit of dry brushing of white, and I gave it a mouth and some goofy little gem eyes, so you got like a water elemental or a wave monster or something. The gems are a little larger than I was hoping for. And if you had smaller ones, it would look a little bit less derpy. But I made one of these back when Man of War was out, and it turned out perfect. This one is a little derpy looking, I will admit it. And the little guy over here is cutting up a rubber shark. So if you guys remember our shark video, where
It's just that again.
yeah, but with smaller scale sharks to make like megalodons. You need a little help with that, or
Yeah, well, no, actually, I
just
don't need
just
help.
you do a sawing motion,
I tried.
and if you have too much trouble with that, let me know and I'll keep you. Yeah, it looks like it's going through. Yeah, that rocking motion seems to be working.
Yeah.
I also have a couple of octopuses or octopi. He's also going to glue them to Woodpile. It's a company at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. They just sell all kinds of different shaped wood products, like some of these over here. And I just glue some of these together to make the bases. And he's going to be gluing the sea creatures perfect. And when the hot glue gun is in there, let me do the other part so you can start gluing. Or do you think it'll work like that? I think that needs a little bit of a cut, the tail section.
Well, yeah, but not that much, because it would look weird if it was like this.
No, watch.
Oh, wait, no, actually, it wouldn't look very weird.
Yeah.
That's just how it would.
But I think you'd still need to cut it at an angle.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I'm going to show you guys how to
But I
build
recommend you cut it
build
along
one of the larger
this,
dwarven ships.
like something like
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
or
exactly.
Like that line.
Yeah. Go ahead and do. Okay.
Go ahead and do what?
Okay. Let's see. So.
Well, I didn't know. Do you want me to put it here?
Yeah. Let me see it real quick, just so I make sure I make the cut at the right angle. So it's the exact opposite, like this.
Maybe, sure.
Yeah. Okay. And
Do I put this here?
yeah, just make sure it's got plenty of room for the tail section to fit in. And he's
Put
gonna.
hot glue on the
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, and then when you've got both sections, nice. When you've got both sections glued on, do some of your wave magic with the hot glue gun.
that doesn't exist, never did exist. You were the one who was good at that. I sucked at this.
Okay, well.
I think I did. I don't actually remember.
I took two and a half of the little...
Good?
Perfect.
Alright, I don't remember how to do this.
Well, just try your best.
And what if it looks like dog water?
Then I'll go back with the hot glue gun and tease it up a little more.
Okay. I'm going to turn this down to cool.
Okay. Yeah, because it might be a little hot. I turned it up really high to get the gun to work.
Yeah, because whenever you do fire, you want it to be cooler. You want it to just be hot enough to melt it, but not hot enough to do anything real.
Now for the base, like I said, for this one it's a little bit larger ship. I just cut one of these pieces in half and, glued 2.5 with the tongue depressor, cut it in half to the length I wanted. Now I'm going to take this other craft stick and layer it on here. It's pretty simple stuff. But because this glue bottle is all dried shut, I'm going to have to just use this method to apply the glue. And you'll notice that on this one section here, it didn't cut all the way through, and it has those little flanges. That actually helps because it'll help keep it together and line it up a little. And I really need to invest in a small hobby circular saw so that when I do wood projects like this, they're just a little bit more precise. But I'll be cheating throughout the process to hide the cut lines and things like that by adding cannons. And then I'm going to take the next one for the next layer. Stick my hands together and see, you can only see a little bit of the cut lines, but I'm going to hide some of that with either wave effects or the cannons. That looks pretty centered. It's not rocket science here. Now, for the turrets...
Are these wave effects decent?
Yeah, just get it all the way around the edge.
I mean all the way around.
Okay, also on the tail it looks a little thick. You can melt that down or...
What? I don't know.
Melt the bubble down. Yeah, pull it down. Yeah, there you go. And then get more all around the edge. We've got these half beads that come in handy for a lot of different things, but they're going to make the turrets, sort of just half dome turrets for the ship. And it's going to have broadside type cannons as well, but I wanted to make it a little bit different than the other ship over there, the larger one, sort of the Merrimack and the Monitor, I guess. And then I'll be gluing some very specific types of toothpicks. These toothpicks are great. They've got this flat edge here, they're cocktail sticks or whatever, but they also have these fine little grooves in them to make for great handles for swords or things like that. But in this case, they're going to be great for the cannons. I use them here in these turrets here, or these batteries, I guess, of broadside cannons. And they also give you a really good level area to cut them. If you use the last line, this one right here, you can cut right on that and you're good to go. But I've already cut out some of the cannons for the smaller turrets. I'm not going to do the full line of broadsides because that's 10 of these cocktail sticks, and it's kind of a time-consuming process to get them lined up. I did these actually are with magnets, and I found out the hard way that the super glue and is not strong enough to keep the magnets from trying to connect to one another, and it was really kind of a nightmare to get them to line up without jumping up onto the other cannons. And the fact that I was able to actually do it at all was nothing less than miraculous. So I went to the cocktail little skewers here, and they there's not much difference, although for the periscopes on the submarines I do like the magnets, and these little circles here are also magnets, and I'll probably put a couple of those on this larger ship here. And when you're done with the shark, you can move on to the octopi, if you were so inclined.
Does this look decent? It's pretty much all dry now.
Yeah, and if
You should probably go over it anyway, though.
yeah, I'll take a look at it, but
I still think that the octopi should be cut up a lot.
You want to cut them?
Kind of, not really.
If you want to cut them and you think they'll look a little better.
Do you think I should just put it like this?
No, that's why I kind of showed it had them at like a little bit of an angle.
Well, this one can't go at an angle unless you want to do it like that.
Yes. Well, no. I mean, instead of like this, that of an angle. Just so. Okay, you can go get that before Chewie does, because he will eat that.
Like the ants?
Yeah.
Oh, he coughed up some ants.
Yeah, that was really funny today. We had an ant issue, and he wanted to eat them.
He did eat them.
And then he coughed them up, like
yep.
the little guy said. Now, for this
The
chart...
knife. Oh, sorry. Wait, no, that's not the knife. Where's the knife?
The knife is right here. And for this chart, I'm actually giving it a double cannon, just to make it look a little bit different. So it's going to be kind of like a... Oh, if it doesn't stick to my fingers, it is sticking to my fingers. A little bit of a double turret, sort of Traveler-esque kind of thing going on there. I'm going to actually use the spray. Hold your breath there, buddy. Oh, it stuck to my fingers, but not to the gun turret. Did you lose something?
Yes, I did this.
And they went flying?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I might... Well, I definitely poked myself. I just don't know. I think Chewie's going to eat this one, too. Let's go. We'll get it later.
Okay, that doesn't look too bad. What do you think, folks? When it dries, I can file it down if it's a little uneven, because it does look a little off. But I just wanted to have a little bit of a little sci-fi effect there. And then for the other ones, I'm just going to give them straight ahead cannons, just single cannons. I need my glasses to see exactly where the lines are. Probably should have used my glasses earlier. Okay, again, hold your breath.
What?
No, it didn't do its thing. Okay, there we go. And see if we can find the magnets. What happened to them? Well, fortunately, I have another box of them. I hope these are the good ones. For the hatch. Yep. These worked out really good for the little hatches, instead of trying to, come up with something. And here we go. Just a nice little round gribbly, so to speak. And it'll also help show which is the front or the back end of the ship, depending on how you want to run it. And I don't know, what do you think? Do you think this should have a forward torpedo launcher, like some of the other ones?
No, do you think?
Yeah, let's do that.
Then why'd you ask?
Just, I don't know, include you in the process.
Oh, okay.
Smart ass. Now, where are they?
They just... Never mind.
That's weird. I don't see the... Oh, here we go. These little, they're supposed to be like 3mm magnets, but they really aren't. They're like 1mm at best, but they work. and then that'll be it. And she'll be ready to set sail. I can get it straight. There we go. Really simple. Dwarven. They don't have to be dwarven. You could have some sort of, Captain Nemo sort of fleet. I like
apparently everything that is moderately technologically advanced is obligated to have been invented by short people.
Right. And now for the
short Germans with a Scottish accent.
The galley is made out of different layers. This is actually an emery board, and I trimmed it down for the right size. And then I used one of the popsicle sticks to hold it together, then a cocktail stick, and then I cut the bow with just another one, just to give it that illusion of it being wedged shape. Now I'm going to glue it onto its base, and I'll put a couple of the
last
upper
one
cabin.
Is still on the floor. Does this look good?
Oh wow, that's way better.
Yes.
Check that out. That looks way better than what I was planning. See, that's why I keep him around.
Because
and free labor. He takes out the trash and stuff like that. Now,
well, of course that's way better than you planned. Just because I'm way better than you.
Oh, listen to this ego on him. Okay. I hope this doesn't eat the paint, but if it does, I'll just repaint it.
Won't be a deal, or it won't be a big deal at all.
No. Now, for the upper cabins and things like that, whoops. I cut some popsicle sticks into various.
Do you want some of this one?
Would you mind?
I would actually.
Okay, well then you can. Well, you know what I would say, but I'm not going to say it because we're a family show, and I'll just wait until we're done, and then I'll just beat him. I like the dog, No, I didn't beat the dog. You guys know I didn't beat my dog the other day. It was funny though because he would not shut up, and it was just at the end of the video, and it was just something funny to say as I left.
And it happened again.
Oh my lord!
Oh, I found it this time.
Now you're probably wondering what I'm going to do for the sails and the rigging. Oh, nice. For the sails and the rigging, for the main mast, I've got this dowel rod I got from Hobby Lobby, but it's a little too wide for this ship for anything other than the center mast. The other masts I will use some just regular toothpicks and make the yard arms and everything like that. And the sails I will be making out of paper, but I'm looking for some sails that I can print, maybe borrow them from some website out there, whether it's from the game like Armada or something like that. But I haven't found them yet. But you guys get the idea, I'm hoping. Just to get the basic general shape and idea across. At least I hope so. Be careful. And if there's any tentacles left over, we can use them for modding miniatures or something like that. And I'm also going to mount some very, very small cannons along the sides here, but I'll probably use the magnets, but it's going to be a very time-consuming process, wrought with all kinds of errors along the way because the magnets are just going to try and jump over to one another, and I usually have to put like some sort of like one of these in the way and hold the magnet in place, and it takes 3 hands.
Maybe you should have thought of that before you thinking that magnets, which are things which don't like to stay where you put them, which is actually the main reason people get them.
Yeah, well, it worked, as you can see.
I mean, it does work, yeah, but
it's and I could also just use the toothpicks. The only problem is I'm trying to not use up this container of these toothpicks because I don't know where to get them again.
Oh yeah, all I'm saying is you probably should have thought that. That's a
Thought it through? Yeah, I really should have, but I didn't. It's probably the blonde hair or old age. I'm going to go with old age.
I'm gonna go with blonde hair.
I not like I didn't see that coming, folks. I really did. Just a little bit of a bevel there, and then this one on the back, and it's already starting to take shape. And maybe just a little bit of putty to kill some of the sidelines here along the edge here on the upper deck, but it's not mandatory. And one more piece in the middle, and then I'll use my pin vise drill to drill into the overall project so I can mount the sails, because I don't want to just glue them straight on top and hope for the best. I do want to sink them in a bit, but I want the glue to dry. Those look really good, except for the spider webs.
Those are
not too bad. It's getting there. And when it's painted up and I try to dress it up a little more, I think it's going to be just fine. And I'll make various scales of these because I don't even know what scale they are. Whether it's 1/300 or 1/1600 or something like that. It's not going to really matter as long as they're to scale to each other. I will be using Galleys and Galleons. Where's the other? Oh, he's already done. Look at that. That looks great. Now with a little bit of, I'll do the wave part for you if you're not comfortable with it. But that looks.
Something I'm not comfortable with is they'll do a crap job.
Well, okay. So basically, what you're saying is you're fire and I'm water.
Yes.
Come on, don't leave me hanging. Come on, that's my boy. So there you have it, folks. It didn't take too long. A little bit of prep work, a little bit of more measuring and things like that, and with a few simple household. I should have put this one on top here, but a few little simple household ingredients, and you've got yourself a nice little fleet of sailing ships and submersibles, monitors, ironclads, whatever you want to call them. The elven ships, now that's where I'm going to need help with you guys out there in the audience, because I have no idea other than to make, multiple versions of these next to one another, like catamaran style. That'll work, but I'm just not feeling it. So if you guys have some suggestions on how I can make some elven ships, because these will work for humans. It'd work for elves, I guess, too. Maybe they have the same kind of ships, but the elves always had that sort of stereotypical. Yeah. Cat.
What was it like? Shadow cat or like?
Shadow. Yeah. Shadow Cat. At least I didn't say Shadow Shack, right? That would have been funny.
No.
But I didn't say that.
Shadow, like testeem, something dumb like that.
Yeah. Make fun of my spelling errors. I've seen your homework. But there you have it,
The
folks.
thing is, you haven't.
You stop that.
One more.
Let's get one last nice little thumbnail of the ships. Hopefully it'll come out. Scoot in here. Come on.
No.
Oh, man. He'll give me the high five, but he won't give me the friggin'. Yeah, hold your. So there you have it, folks. Quick, easy ships for multiple games, not just war games, but I plan on actually using these in my upcoming high seas sailing adventure, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons campaign, so that when they're on this ship, I can show them the locations and positioning of the sea monsters or the big black ark or whatever they encounter. Next week, we will be doing islands and crags and all kinds of cool styrofoamy terrain for the tabletop, so you're not just fighting on a big giant ocean. You can have some islands and spires coming up out of the ocean, and things like that. And then maybe if I can figure out exactly how to do it, we're going to move on to dirigibles, hot air balloons, and flyers. But until next time, have a great week. We love you guys, and
Good night.
bye, everybody.